In this session, we're taking a moment to look at paint. I'm certainly not a watercolor expert. I've tried many of the watercolor paints out there. I've done lots and lots of research, but I haven't tried everything, and I'm still forming my opinion on my preferences. What I do know is that it is important to buy high quality, artist professional grade materials. There are so many different brands out there that it can be overwhelming trying to make a decision on what paint you should purchase. As you start to look for supplies, you'll see terms like pan, half pan, tubes, sets. Those are just different terms of volume and availability of paint. So you just want to make sure that you read the description. There's not one that's better than another. It just depends on how you like to work. I typically will buy tube paints and then put them into my palette. You can start with a very small set and be able to do this course. You don't need a lot of paint. You can mix many colors with very few paints. It's just that more paints give you more variety easier. So it's really up to you and up to your budget. I would say it's better to have less paint but higher quality. I've had people do this course with little travel size paint sets and get beautiful results. So it's not about how much paint you have. Certainly it's more fun to have many colors, but you don't have to. Also, get creative. Think outside the box. There are many paints that are available through Craigslist and eBay. Amazon has sales. Used paints can be wonderful, especially for watercolors, because they are completely reconstitutable. Is that a word? You can have a dried paint set and simply add water and revive it, bring it back to life beautifully. So think of other ways to find paint. There's many people that think they're going to be watercolors and decide that they don't like the medium. So paint can be available very inexpensively in your area if you're just willing to search for it. So I'm going to show you what I mean by the difference quality of pigment can make. I'm going to be showing you first a student grade, low pigmented, cheap brand of paint in a color, and then I will replicate that in a higher quality brand of paint that's more highly pigmented and permanent. You can see the small amount of paint that is coming onto the paper. I'm having to dip many times, apply quite a bit back and forth, and not a lot of color is showing up on my paper. Now I'm going to do the same thing with a higher quality, more expensive brand of paint. Quite a difference with really the same amount of pressure, same amount of paint, attempting to get the same amount of paint on my brush. You can see the difference in the color quality, the richness of the pigment, and the darkness. So I trust you can see the difference in the quality of paint. The biggest test would come in a few years to see whether or not there's any paint left on my paper if it's exposed to light. Brand is unimportant, but make sure that you find highly pigmented, professional, artist-grade paints that are permanent. As always, if you have any questions about purchasing your paint, just send me a note. I'll be happy to help.